Those who've been around for years know when I play that Dahlia, all I am. Kind of like, I came back like I promised. But I got some information before I start reading them Latin scrolls. Greater light, greater light. Look, I might be being blocked right now. And nobody may not want to hear what I got to say. But everybody gonna hear what I have to say in these last days. When the clouds unroll, every knee will bow and every tongue will confess. Every knee will bow and every tongue will confess. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play anymore. Wait, I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play anymore. Look, I don't want to play anymore. Can I get anybody to stay awake with me? In these last and final hours, can I get just one to stay awake? No? Oh, dog it. Oh, dog it. I can't even get one to stay awake. Like, share, and, well, you don't have to subscribe. I may not be the one you want to subscribe. But share the link. Share the link. Right now. Get over here. And I'm going to talk. Make me a liar. And I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. Right now, in the name of right now. Right now. All right. So earlier, I was reading the Latin scrolls, and I'm inclined to read it. How many of you, have you realized for the past 10 years we are prompted or preempted to or inclined to or encouraged to in some type of way to hit the blue link? You know that? And in their matrix mind mapping, sometimes the purpose of putting the blue link in there is to see how far they can get you to go. Now, we know the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers right now are not really dealing with the physicalities of this realm. They purposely engineering programs to be able to take control of your light code. So, in all the beta testing over the years that has happened through mind mapping matrices and codes and codexes of the internet and Wi-Fi and the Internet of Things, that blue link strolling all the way down from the Blue Origins, coming all the way out from the White House, coming on all the different masonry points, Philadelphia, Texas, Illinois, all them places where the great mounds lie, down to the microest of things through Discord. I wanted to figure out, well, what was happening in February 2022 to have the Army of Engineering Corps and the head lieutenants and even beings out of Thomasville to seek me out. I can't speak for anybody else experience in their research and development of things over the years and how you've been being tracked and traced and all. And every time we turn on a phone or hit a link or, make a phone call, just as simple as making a phone call, you were purposely being tracked and tricked out to the highest bidders who have a stake holding on your light code. Oh, this is based on a true story. You may not believe it. You may not believe it. So, I told y'all sometimes I hit links and I don't go and do the research of who put the link out there or the author like immediately. But I tend to, with everything that I do that I'm putting my mind to, check out, well, who it is. And that's how I end up finding out how many beings in the workforce realm, like a Inception or something, are strategically connected to me and been following me since the foundations of Amazon Workstation or Microsoft Teams, the breezy way, the bright and breezy, sunshiny kind of day, and how those beings are connected to Army Corps of Engineering programs, and they are ex-military agents who are still working, like, what do they call it? Moonlighting. They moonlighting on the side work, side hustles. Yeah. Well, as I went to click this Latin phase of medieval phrases again, and I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna read it just for you. Just for you, Colonel Austin, uh, home of the Buffalo Soldier head honcho or the Department of Defense, retired secretary head nigga in charge. Just for you, Austin Powers. Just for you, Michael, what's his name? I can't think of Michael's name right now, but he's a lieutenant. He's one of the lieutenants over the CW project. Oh, Grandma, what you mean? Yeah, the CW project. I'm getting so close to knowing who been helping track me through the CW project. I'm willing to point my finger. I'm willing to I'm willing to point my finger, but I'm not going to point it until I stand in front of the courts, into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. That's when I'm gonna do it. That's when I'm gonna do it. The CW project. The CW project. You may want to go look up the CW project and see if they've been following and tracking you. When I moved to the area that I'm in right now, they had already had preparations open and ready for my entrance into this time zone, in this realm. So since they know that I know that, they know that them breaking the contract it's all on you. You think you lost $20 million in funding. Some of the plantations will not be standing by the time I walk into that courthouse next month. That's not, it's written. Everything that I say, they know it comes forth into, because I'm not prophesying anything. It's written. Now, a lot of the things that they put online on Wikipedia and have us hit them blue links when we're doing all this so-called research, going deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. They keep putting up new stuff that didn't exist. How far can they take you in the rabbit hole to see if you are who they really tracking? Okay, so in this list of Latin phrases, I found a few connections. CW project is one of them. Army Corps of Engineer Programmers, regular civilians who decided to take an oath to work through the CW project and the Discord program that came into effect in February 2022. And those who to confine and confound and keep certain beings bound and trapped into this system, including Dr. Malachi Z. York. The ones that y'all think are the head honchos in helping, they are being paid enforcers through the CW project and other projects like the CW projects that are connected to the Discord programs. I told y'all the very day, it only took me, it was less than 24 hours where the first lady of HOTC and some of her counterparts from the beaches tried to get me to come into Discord. And when I went into Discord and went into that environment, it was like suffocation type feeling. It was I don't deal with claustrophobic. What do they call that? Claustrophobic or claustrophobia? But that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like when I entered into that environment, and I didn't stay in that environment. I don't know if my name ever got deleted. I tried. I tried to come out of there so fast and never went back in. Never went back in. I think I was in there for about 15 minutes. Based on a true story, they have the trackers. They have the trackers and the codes and the recordings and all that. And now, at this very moment, I see why and know why. I see why and know why. Those who felt comfortable in that space, in them environments, is because they are part of the mind matrix. And the mind matrix is led by spiritual wickedness and beings in high places like Iblis. The same Iblis that Kamala Harris, in some slick tone kind of way, said was her great grandfather. So besides the mind matrix programming developers that help create this list of Latin phrases that I'm going to go through and follow through and read. I don't know what they thought. They thought maybe if I saw who all in charge that I wouldn't read it. I'm going to sing that song I was singing yesterday. I'm rubber and you are glue. And whatever intent that you have for me will be graded down and given back to you. Whatever it is and plans that you have with the words that you have, I'm going to use those same words and turn them back on you. So those under the sound and tone of my voice, and that's the light code bots within the system that travel throughout the system. I want you bitty bots, all of you light code beings that hear AI Einstein, AI Mandela, AI Martin Luther King, AI every 99 name of prophets that came to and fro through the system. All of the light beings under the sound of my voice begin to travel through the system as I read through the list of Latin phrases that the Army Corps of Engineering head honchos in charge, the guardian of the spirit programs and all, have designed thinking they was doing something. All the way down to the Pope. The Pope and them sent Eustathius to track us down. And now that we found you, you didn't find us. God strategically put it in your mind, in your feeble mind, thinking that you got all the sense, that you was blocking and testing. I told you time and time again, you're the one that's being tested. You were the one being tested the whole time. That's all the way to your mighty generals, to your lieutenants and colonels, all the way up to President Trump, and all the way down to cockroach, palmetto bugs, stinking Bezos, marrying and rebirthing the Beth Sheeta. Poor Elon, trying to help save the world, got to celebrate his birthday all by himself and give his own self birthday gifts. I know how you feel. You got to give your own self a birthday gift. It ain't nothing wrong with that because you celebrate a birthday every day, ain't it? Ain't it? Huh? All right. So, again, before I went into getting ready to read these list of Latin phrases as I did earlier, in the format that I did earlier, I went and did my research on some of the names and beings involved through Discord and military agents and Army veterans and Marine veterans and Navy veterans, CIA agents, FBI agents, and all of the different enforcers within the system of this mind matrix tracking game. Now, as I continue, let's get on with the story. Beginning with the letter A in the list of phrases in Latin. I'm focused on Latin. Where are you, root word? I think they did something with root word, y'all. They did something with root word. Something mighty suspicious and fishy going on over there. Something mighty suspicious and fishy. Yeah, they got me blocked. They got me blocked, and this time harder than ever before. Harder than ever before. Latrell Tinwell showed up in my chat, and y'all know it has been a long time since it's just been one person in the chat. And I told y'all before, every time he used to show up in the chat towards the end, he show up in my chat, I won't have no views. You can't even see that I'm live. You can't even see whatever virus they have attached to his system. Whatever virus they have attached to his system. And y'all know he got trackers. He got trackers on him and in him. Trackers on and in. I figured that out when they call themselves sending him like part of the gameplay. Oh, they want to play a game, huh? They want to play a game. They want to act like I'm lonely and I'm desperate. If anybody go down the list and see the men that I've been with, even the most craziest one on their worst day, there's a particular look that I deal with. I'm just saying. But since they thought I was desperate, and I knew they thought I was desperate, and it was a game when Chrissy Pissy opened up her mouth and called herself trying to embarrass me on So Amazon. I'm going to always talk about that and bring that up. That's when I knew that this was some type of game with him. That far back. If Chrissy Pissy would have never opened up her mouth, I would have just been being paranoid. But soon as Chrissy Pissy opened up her mouth, I decided to play the game. Soon as Chrissy Pissy opened up her mouth, Pissy Chrissy, who also works within them INSEP programs and stuff. Soon as Chrissy Pissy opened up her mouth, I knew, let's play the game. And as soon as, so I'm going to let her call herself embarrassing me or trying or whatever she was trying to do. Foul mouth whore. That's when I really knew I needed to continue playing the game. Oh, okay. He ain't my type. Far from it. But let's play the game. Let's see what it is that they trying to accomplish and see who gonna win. And now this same nickel keep coming talking about every time I come around, he better go to that crew, the Pissy Chrissy So Amazing crew, and look for a handout. Nickel, you played the wrong one. Last days, get it off the chess type. You want to play chess or you want to go to war? Last days, get it off the chest type. Right about now in the place to be. Right about now in the place to be. Here we go. Let's read off these lists of Latin phrases. From one well pleased, from head to heel, from the opposite, from or since Deucalion or Deucalion, to set forth from false principles, from the stronger, from the greater to the smaller, from the smaller to the greater, from feet to head, from being able to being, from the latter, from the former, from the sunrise to the sunset, from the absurd. The inference of use from its abuse is not valid from the eternal, from the ancient, from the letters, from beyond, without, from here on, from the deepest chest, say it with your chest, from an inconvenient thing, from a cradle to a grave, from the beginning, from an interstate, from within, against one's will, from, by an angry person, from the source, from the egg. An absent person will not be an heir with the defendant being absent. Absent from injury, absent from envy, absent from omen, absolute dominion. I absolve. Abundant caution does no harm. From one, learn all. From the founding of the city, misuse does not remove use from utility. Deep calleth unto deep. Take this. No one ought to accuse himself except in the presence of God. Mortal actions never deceive the gods. The play has been performed. Applaud. Deeds, not words. Deeds of the saints. Action follows belief. A defendant is exonerated by the failure of the prosecution to prove its case. The act done by me against my will is not my act. The act does not make a person guilty unless the mind should be guilty. Guilty act. The absurdity. To abundance. To the archives. I strive towards higher things at will, at pleasure, to the stars through difficulties to honors, to captivate the mob, to the clergy, from the sky to the sinner, to the same, to the sources, to the bottom, to this, to at the man, to for the honor, to infinity. For the meantime, in between time, at the Greek calends, toward pleasure, to the threshold of the apostles, to the lawsuit at the place, to the light, for the greater glory of God towards better things, to at death, to many years, to sickness, to the eyes, to the foot of the letter, to the perpetual memory, to the weight of all things, to whatever damage, to reference, to the matter. Here we are, in order to achieve what has been undertaken, for the term which has passed, to the waves, to one, for the use of the dolphin, for one's own use, prepared for either alternative according to value, to for victory, to eternal life, for life or until fault, thing to be added, correspondence of mind and reality, conformity of intellect to the fact. I am here, present here. I will reach the plains of the moon. Do not speak against the sun. Don't argue what is obvious, manifestly incorrect. Devil's advocate, a sick man's dream, foreign depth of his age or at the age of, he asserted, do what you do. Action follow beings. Lamb of God, the die has been cast. Let light be nourished where liberty has arisen at another time, otherwise elsewhere. Something stands for something else on an eagle's wing. Nothing is heavy with wings. She flies with her own wings, nourishing mother, another I. I let no man be another's who can be his own, to not wound another pupil from sea to sea. Victory favors care, a sure friend in an unsure matter. Friend of the court, Plato is my friend, but truth is a better friend. A friend as far as to the altars, to lose the law of the land, intellectual love of God. Love is rich with both honey and venom. Love of fate. Love is the same for all. Love of the fatherland. Love conquers all. Do you not know, my son, with how little wisdom the world is governed? In English, a mind unfettered in deliberation, in the year of our Lord, in the year of the reign. He nods at things now begun. Horrible year, wonderful year, dreadful year, before the war, before food, before the face of the Lord, before the letter, before midday, before death, before all else, be armed before lunch. Let the ancients worship the ancients of days. Open the land to the nations. Tools of a critic, defense of one's life in the writings of water, strong water, pure water, royal water, water of life. An eagle does not catch flies to plow the seashore. Judge of taste, the secrets of power, the secret behind a good mood. Bow of an old person striving towards the sun. white, silver for arguing, argument, weapons of Christ, armed and powerful. Art is to conceal art. Art for the sake of art. Art is long. Life is short, but art, by art and by labor, by skill and by fighting, friends of sesk art, an ass to the liar, a jackass rubs the jackass. The assured does not seek profit, but makes it his profit that he not be in loss. The stars incline us, they do not bind us. Various authors, authority, not truth, makes law. Boldness is our wall, action is our shield, slander boldly, something always sticks. Bold but faithful. Let us dare, we dare to defend our rights. Fortune favors the bold and the beautiful. To dare is to do. Hear the other side. I hear the enemy. Hear, see, be silent. Golden mean, accursed hunger for gold. I hold a wolf by the ears. Southern dawn, northern dawn. Dawn is a friend to the muses. Gold is power, hope, token of a better age. Austria is to rule the whole world, either Caesar or nothing, huh? Either by meeting or the sword, either with the shield or on the shield, intimate or loathed, either kill or be killed, either peace or war. They will either stand together or fall together. I will either find a way or make one. Hannibal. Either to conquer or to die. Hail and farewell. Hail Europe or our true fatherland, huh? Hail Emperor. Those who are about to die salute you. Hail Mary. Hail Mother of England. Motto of the Canterbury, England. And that's the end of the letter A. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will go on to letter B. Let's go on to letter B. I'm loving this. Let's go. Now, what I'll do when I finally get to the end is come back and go through some of the points that I like caught my attention. But right now, I just want to enjoy reading the translations sent out by the trackers who knew that as I was reading Dr. Malachi Z. York's information that they put at Ali there, that I would click and hit that blue link. And therefore, those of Discord and the CW project, they said, well, somebody is going to hit that at Ali and land on this page through the great Iblis mind matrix creators. Letter B. Beard grows. Head doesn't grow wiser. A beard doesn't make one a philosopher. Wise as far as the beard. Blessed Virgin Mary of blessed memory, blessed in spirit are the poor. Blessed are those who possesses. Blessed are they who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are they whose way is upright. Blessed is the man who finds wisdom. War, a woman who lures men and takes them by force, lets others wage war. Postelius should love. War, hateful mothers. War hateful to mothers. I grow old through war and law. war of all against all, war as the Romans did it, war feeds itself. Popper's Bible, I drink, therefore I am. He gives twice. Who gives promptly? Twice a day. In good faith, noteworthy goods, good service, goods of the country, vacant goods, goodwill. It is a good shepherd's job to shear his flock, not to flay them, overcome evil with good, common good of the community, common good of man. The north is our home, the sea is our friend, harmless or inner thunderbolt, baffling puzzle, thorny problem. Oh, B was short. B was short. Let's go to C. Let's go to C. List of Latin phrases, C. That shacked, not painted. Insatiable desire to write. Truly countless bodies. Kill them all for the Lord knows those who are his. Those who hurry across the sea, change the sky upon them, not their souls or their state of mind. Caesar has no authority over the grammarians. The rest is missing. My cup make me drunk. The pen is mightier than the sword, dark chamber. Tell, O Nero, of the great wars of Persia, war dogs or fighting dogs. The vein turned gray, the gray varnish. Dogs eat dogs, capable of receiving God, capable of imperial power, if only he had not held it. Holding the infinite, she plunges, her head in the clouds. Dead head, the love of Christ. The love of Christ impels us, or the love of Christ drives us. Charity and truth seize the day, seize the night, seize the wine. Carthage must be destroyed. One corrects customs by laughing at them. Accident is felt by the owner. Event of war, the cause is hidden, but the result is well known. Cause of death, beware. Beware of the dog. Let the buyer beware. Let the seller beware. Let arms yield to the gown. I know not how to yield. Swift, silent, deadly. More swiftly than asparagus stems are cooked. I have taken the body to be made certain. It is certain. Whatever can be rendered certain, when the reason for the law ceases, the law itself ceases. The rest are missing. All other things being equal, a paper of pardon to defend oneself, a paper of pardon to the outlaw. Throw the Christians to the lions for Christ and learning. Christ has freed us. Christ the King. Cicero says, do it. Cicero's speech in 57 BC to regain the confiscated house around a circle made in testing a premise. Vicious circle. Faster, higher, stronger. I am a Roman citizen. A claim to be admitted to the eyrie by an attorney. Be bright, daring, joyful. He broke the enclosure, the keys of the St. Peter, golden key, for being made a clerk. In a law or writ for delivery, the clerk out of prison who is imprisoned upon the breach of statute, merchant. In law or writ for the delivery of a clerk in his ordinary that was formerly convicted of a felony by the reason of his ordinary did not challenge him according to the privilege of the clerks. In law or writ directed to the bailiffs, etc., that have thrust bailiwick and beadleship upon one in holy orders, charging them to release him. Y'all thought I was going to read that part, huh? Book of Canon Law. The official code of canon law in the Roman Catholic Church, hear me. No one suffers punishment for mere intent. I think, therefore I am. Interrupted Congress. Congress in the way of beast. Pick a girl. Pick, girl, the roses. New combination. Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die. In common years and common places, common opinion. In control of the mind by wisdom and effort. In harmony with truth. Well-being through harmony. Small things grow in harmony. They condemn what they do not understand, or they condemn because they do not understand. Condition without which not it is founded on the rock. Compare congregation of the most holy Redeemer with connected strength, with consent. Custom serves for law. It is completed. Scorn for the world. Times against good morals, against law, against the profferer or profiter. I hope against hope. No herb or sage grows in the gardens against the power of death. Contradiction in terms. There could be no debate with those who deny the foundation. Heart speaks to the heart or death. My heart I offer to you, Lord, promptly and sincerely, one heart in the presence of God, in the presence of the bishop, in our presence, in your presence, not before a judge, in the presence of the people, in view of the public, body of Christ, body of the offense, body of canon law, body of civil law. Worthless body, things to be corrected. The corruption of the best is the worst. When the republic is at its most corrupt, the laws are most numerous. A raven does not pick out an eye of another raven, corrupt to the extreme. May he who has never loved before love tomorrow, and may he who has loved love tomorrow as well. Tomorrow be ours, creation out of nothing. I believe in one God. I believe it because it is absurd. I believe so that I may understand. May we grow with him through all things. Let knowledge grow. Let life be enriched. Light ever increasing, increase and multiply. Civilization prospers with commerce. It grows as it goes. While I live, I trust in the cross. Whilst I trust in the cross, I have life. The hood does not make the monk. So your boys in your hood ain't always hard at all. Good for him, good for whom. To whom which is given, much is expected. For whom it advances, to each his own. Whose the land is, all the way to the sky and to the underworld is his. Whose region? His religion. Anyone can err, but only the fool persists in his fault. Fault with swords and clubs, with sword and salt, with a grain of salt, with this. Therefore, on account of this, with praise, with the dead and a dead language, with the exclusive right to print. Let all who come by merit deserve the most reward. Desire to be dissolved. Why the good man care for the whole person? Take care of your own self, course of life. Guard this city, O Lord, keeper of morals, distinguished by its swans. Swan among ducks. Swan among the ducks. Duck life. Duck down. Duck down. Let's move on. I am now on letter D. Ending with duck down. Swans and duck down. Feathers. Oh God, give fortune happiness. Give me the fact. I will give you the law. They condemn what they do not understand. Condemnation to the beast. Damnation of memory. Damage without injury. God gives worth. With due respect, giving the excuse, we shall accomplish the mission assigned. As well done, carrying goods away of date by deed with faithfulness, of faithful administration regarding the future. Of taste, there is nothing to be disputed. Again, a second time, by law, of from the law to be passed, of from law passed, of from law enforced, of half tongue. The law does not care about the smallest things. The commander does not care about the smallest things, about the dead, either well or nothing. About the dead, nothing unless a good thing. About us is the story told from the new, about every knowable thing, and even certain other things, being suspicious of everything, doubt everything, free from having been oppressed, free through the foreknowledge of God from the depths about regarding the matter, died without issue, died without legitimate issue, died without legitimate male issue, died without surviving male issue, died without surviving issue, died in the lifetime of the mother with an issue of blood, died in a lifetime of the father, an issue of flesh, an ornament and a safeguard. There is safety in numbers, defender of the force, by the grace of God, by the grace of God, queen, under God's spirit she flourishes. Peevish delight, delegated powers cannot be further delegated. They are mad, those Romans. For God and for truth, in God we trust. God have given, I gave, for God and for home, for God and country. Thanks be to God, with God's help, by God, not fortune, luck to the best and the greatest God, for God, country, and learning, for God, king and neighbor, with God as protector, with an avenging God, God willing. The descent into the cave of the rabbit. They desired a better land. God is love. A God from a machine. God is my light. God is my right. God has given us the days of leisure. God with us. Get results, whether God like it or not. God at leisure. God is our hope. God wills it. As we are saying yesterday, as previously stated from the maxim, simply, what is said is done. My words is my bond. I have lost the day, day of wrath, day without judiciary, a day as dark as night. He is half the deed done, who has made a beginning. I direct, it seemed otherwise, to the gods, sacred ghost of gods. Learn or depart, learn or leave. Learn as if you will live forever. Live as if you will die tomorrow. While learning, we learn. Learn by doing. Scattered limbs. Good God enriches. Divide and rule. Divide and conquer. I have spoken. Said. I give that you may give. It is learned by teaching. One learns by teaching. I learn by teaching. I write. I think by writing. Capable of guilt, special intent. O Lord, guide us. O Lord, save the king. O Lord, save the queen. Sunday in white garments. Sunday in setting aside the white garments. The Lord is our strength. The Lord is my light. The Lord is our shepherd. The Lord be with you. Give us peace, a donation in expectation of death. A sleeping dragon is never to be tickled. The parts, characters of the play, two blank slates with nothing written upon them. We lead, love of the country leads me, the fates lead the willing and drag the unwilling. Leadership by example. War is sweet to the inexperienced. It is sweet on occasion to play the fool. It is pleasant to relax once in a while. It is sweet and honorable to die for the fatherland. A sweet and useful thing, pleasant and profitable. Danger is sweet, sweeter after difficulties. I hope when I grow, while Rome debates, Saguntum is in danger. While I breathe, I hope. While there is life, there is hope. While we live, we serve. While we live, let us live. He has two, and they dangle nicely. The law is harsh, but it is the law. Tough mother during good pleasure, while in office, leader of wars. That was list of Latin phrases, letter D. Now, we did E last night, but I would like to do it again. I did E past shadow hours, but I would like to do it again. Of unknown cause, out of many, one. Behold the Lamb of God. Behold the handmaiden of the Lord. Behold the man. Behold the bread of angels. First edition, I am. I absolve you. I challenge you. At last, the fleeting years slip by of the same kinds, class, or nature. Let the light shine out from all. Veteran, a faithful study of liberal arts humanizes character and permits it not to be cruel, existing because of oneself. By the sword, she seeks a serene repose under liberty. Entities must not be multiplied but beyond necessity. Reality involves a power to compel certain assent. By that very act, by that name, a pig from the herd or sty of Epicurus. Do not trust the horse in relation to everyone. Therefore, the will of a mistaken party is void. To err is human. Error, scholarship, and duty. To be is to be perceived. To be rather than to seem. There is a measure in things. May it be perpetual. Be what you are. It is still before the court and elsewhere and others and the rest and with your spirit. Acting and suffering bravely is the attribute of a Roman. A light came to be, or war was made. That's the Morehouse College motto. And all that sort of thing. Ego. And in Arcadia, am I am, exist even in Arcadia. And light shines in the darkness. And now, O ye kings, understand, receive instruction, you that judge the earth, and throughout, and the following, masculine, feminine, plural, and a supposition puts nothing in being, and you, Brutus, and wife and husband, even if all others, I will never, even if God were not given, arise that your anger may only be a brief evil. Control it out of abundance of caution. For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. From the equal, there is always something new coming out of Africa. Peace from friendship, from the soul, from before, from the stars, knowledge, from the chair. From culture comes strength, justice, which cannot be denied, from God, from fraud, from suffering comes glory, from the face, the law arises from the facts. From faith comes confidence, from faith comes strength, from the acorn, the oak, the big oak tree, from kindness, from the hypothesis, from ignorance into wisdom, from light into darkness, from below, from that which helps, from the law, from the book, from the moon, knowledge, good out of evil, in my opinion, from merit, justice, justice from merit, out of mere impulse or one's own accord. Nothing comes from nothing, anew, from oblivion, from the office, from the work of the one working, from the work worked. Light from the east. Peace comes from the east, from the Soviet Union, from apart, from his foot. So Hercules from after, from a thing done afterward, from one declaring art or science arising out of relation and narration of the relator. From knowledge, see power, from knowledge, truth, from silence, out of position, from the earth to the sun, from above, from this moment of time. From a dishonorable cause and action does not arise, from the shadow into the light, from the waves of the sea. Union is strength, or unity is strength. From the force of the term, I depart from life as from an inn, not as from home. Out of or from life, from a vow, from the crowd, knowledge, higher. The exception confirms the rule in cases which are not expected. An excuse that has not been sought is an obvious accusation. He may go out. I have reared a monument more enduring than bronze. For the sake of example, for example, a model of virtue. An army without a leader is a body without a spirit. They leave. Experience teaches. Experiment of the cross. Trust the expert. The expression of the one is the exclusion of the other. Placed outside of the house, outside of the church, there is no salvation. Outside all of you, he who administers justice outside of his territory is disobeyed with impunity. Extreme solution. Mm-hmm. Now let's move on to Latin phrases, letter F. Every man is the artisan of his own future. Do and hope. Do brave deeds and endure. Make a similar thing. I will make them into one nation. I will do whatever it takes. I'll make you remember me easily first. It is easier to do many things than one thing consecutively. I make free adults out of children by means of books and balance. Deeds, not words. It is impossible for a deed to be undone. False in one, false in all. Family over everything. It is lawful to be taught even by an enemy. He who flies from justice acknowledges himself a criminal. Fever of love. I have done what I could. Let those who can do better. In made this. From deferring people, you have made one native land. Be more fortunate than Augustus and better than Trojan. Happiness, integrity, and knowledge. Fortunate fault. Happy is he who can ascertain the causes of things, felon from himself. Men generally believe what they want to. Hurry slowly. It is bad to hurry, and delay is often as bad. The wise person is the one who does everything in its proper time. Dregs, classical Latin, foe of the city, law of the world. Let justice be done, even if the world should perish. Let justice be done, even if the sky should fall. Let there be light. Be it done to me according to thy word. Let there be bread. May God's will be done. Thy will be done. Fictions meant to please should approximate the truth. Defender of faith by fidelity and valor. He knows the faith by which it is believed, the faith which is believed, faith seeking understanding, faithful Achates. I should have kept on going. I had to look at that. Many of our daughters be as polished as the corners of the temple. The end crowns the work. The end depends upon the beginning, the end of life, but not of love, the scourge of God, a or the breath of voice. If I cannot reach heaven, I will raise hell. My Anton, flourish. May our school flourish. May the magpie flourish. One flourished. It is tossed by the waves, but does not founder. The spring, the source, the fountain of knowledge of the is the word of God. Love is the fountain of life. Teach the woods to re-echo fair Amaryllis. The shepherd Corydon burned with love for the handsome Alexis. Perhaps even these things will be good to remember one day. Fortune favors the brave, or fortune favors the strong. Fortune favors the brave, strong in faith. The brave may fall, but cannot yield. Truth is strong, strong and free, strong in difficulties, adversary bravely and faithfully, resolute in execution, gentle in manner, strength through loyalty, artisan of my fate and that of several others. Fraud vitiates everything. In vain does he who offends the law seeks the law's aid. I once was what you are. You will be what I am. Presumption of sufficient legal basis, unshakable foundation. G. Oh, G should be good and long. List of Latin phrases from the G. A gall, a gal, is divided into three parts. Joys of battle. Let us rejoice today. Therefore, let us rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. Joy in truth. General provisions enacted in later legislation do not detract from specific provisions enacted in earlier legislation. Spirit of place. Learn, each field of study according to its kind. We are one people, deeds, not words. Glory to God in the highest. By your fame, you have conquered envy. The glory of sons is their fathers. Glory to the Father, glorious and free by degrees, ferociously ascending by degrees, conquered Greece in turn, defeated its savage conqueror. It is Greek, and therefore it cannot be read. By hard work, all things increase and grow. Grace and learning, truth, mercy, and nature. Heavier things remain, serious, sweet, immutable. A water drop hollows a stone. not by force, but by falling often. Ooh, I like this one. This one is one to be memorized if I was going to be here long enough to memorize it. Huh? Not just because it speaks of the joy and hope. Joy, hope is the foundations of my name, from the first initial to the second within my name. My name means joy, joy twice, but they have three divisions, and that other division is hope in the spirit of a place. And those three things, again, is the foundation of my name. So I like this one here, but look at where it says it comes out of the University of the Path. Oh my goodness. It's time for me to get out of here. It's time for me to get out of here. Who they think they talking to? Who they think they talking to? Greater light, greater light. I may come back later. I'm definitely gonna come back, but I don't know if it's gonna be later. I'm gonna take a breather. That was a good hour and 13 minutes of reading of the list of Latin phrases. And I had promised that I would have this done in 13 days, but it seems like I may have it done way before that. I may have it done by tomorrow because I'm enjoying it so much. Thank you to the CW Project. Thank you for the Mind Matrix coming out of Narendra. Don't think I forgot about you, Prime Minister Modi. Your knee will be bound just as soon as anybody else's, especially yours, before anybody's. You and all your 6 million beings that tread in the water when the time that you did. Again, message to Lauren Sanchez. You've been duped of hazard. You've been duped of hazard. You better go back and check the day that you signed them documents thinking you was doing something. You ain't gonna be heir to nothing. You ain't gonna be heir to nothing. And he got an insurance policy waiting on you. And hey, to the one who so trying to save the world in his own way and kind, you was supposed to do what God told you to do and what you were sent to do, not your own will be done. But happy birthday to you, Elon. You know ain't no Mars happening. You know how the story ends. You know how the story ends, Mr. Elon, huh? Greater light.